See, I think I did it, but now nobody's in there, so that's odd. Now we gotta check something. Is anybody in there? Because Mrs. Comic had a problem with the link I sent her, which means other people could have a problem with the link I sent her. Let's see. All right, no, I'm in there. There's 4 of us in there, and 2 of us are us. So there's that. So here we go. Now is this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see here. Howdy do, folks. Raymond Amish Comic here, streaming live from my living room. It's November 19th, 2024. I'm just saying that for myself so I remember, because the time change fucked me up. The lovely Mrs. Comic is in the house over there and she'll be hanging with you in the chat. I gave her the same link I give her every week, and she said she had to subscribe. I don't know what the fuck happened there. So hopefully you peckerheads, I mean in a nice way, are in. I'm totally out of sync. The time change fucked me up. I have been hoping to have a wonderful November scare, but that hasn't really happened yet. But I can just stream scary shit any time of the year I want, really. As you can see, I half acidly set up the live stream also because you have this lovely wood panel here that's supposed to have a sexy curtain, a Halloween decoration or poster from something cool going on right there. Caesar's been a little kind of nuts, so I think the time change went and fucked him up a little bit too. There again, there's no politics in my show, but we're like one fucked up weird appointment for me to do a political show. Like if Herschel Walker becomes in charge of education or something, I'm gonna have to fucking break my political silence. So that's gonna be a kind of weird shit going on here. Which brings me to my hatred of Twitter, now X. It has become a horror show of political posts, unescapable unless you give Elon Musk money. Fuck him. I don't know how he got a job in politics ahead of me, but there you have it. That's fitting. So people are bailing on Twitter, even though we all call it Twitter, even though it's X, and we're all headed over to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is what Twitter was before people decided to make it hateful. And so get over to Blue Sky also, because it's just a matter of time before somebody makes that hateful, and then we'll have to go over to Soup Can, 2 empty soup cans connected by string, and we'll go over there. So we hope you're doing good, Mrs. Comic. Actually, we have her to thank for tonight's show, and if it sucks, we have her to blame, because she gave me a little push and said, let's just wing it, let's do it, and let's just go. And it's mostly to say hello. So that's it. That's our show. I said hello. It's time to go, and there you have it. In keeping with the horror show, though, the horror theme of November, I put up blue Christmas lights. So started decorating for Christmas. That's a horror show, if you think about it. But we do have. There's a partial theme for tonight's show, and that partial theme is this right here. Let's see, where is he? We are Team Rico. Our daughter and her partner Vince have saved this guy from the death, and he's ready to find a home. He is so fucking adorable. We take him in a heartbeat, but he's also a climber, so whoever would get him, you'd almost have to have your place like kind of kid-proofed or baby-proofed or whatever. That plus Caesar is already eating us out of house and home. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I love him. But also, if you would want a cat that is absolutely fucking adorable, and he can be a lap cat when he gets more attention. I think they believe he'd do well in a house that has a cat already, not an old Gretzky cat, but a more younger uh, cat that's bored, wants to play with feet and all this and that kind of shit. So I'm gonna pound you with Rico stuff tonight. Let's see here. That's him on the lap. Here is here's our guy. Caesar's been tearing it up. That is a really fucking tall cat with big mountain monster mitts there, and so he's been just a joy for us. And if I was nuts enough to try to take Rico, I would have to totally quit my job. I would be a full time thing to run around and take care of these cats. So that's not going to happen. But check this out now. Keep watching because uh, this is the fun of Rico. I'm the game master, so I put this little wormy, we call that, so wormy through there. He goes, that's, I think he did an alley oop. Oh, it's going to play again. That's fantastic. So that's my thing I do. I sit in this sunroom, I guess they call it, and I play with Rico. And so, I mean, whoever gets Rico, I'm probably going to have to come visit you and play with him because he really likes me a lot. So there's Rico, and here, let's give you a little perspective on the size of this guy. There he comes, and those are my feet, and he's leaping through there and going nuts. And so we have an adopt Rico theme here, kind of, sort of. We're doing this right there. So that's what's going on here. We're just chilling out. Also, I didn't properly pay tribute to Clee's birthday, and we're gonna do that sometime. And Crenshaw had a birthday, so we're gonna toast Crenshaw and Clee's birthday right now. And anybody else who had a birthday, if we missed it, we'll just tack it right on. So there we go. Here's to our birthday buddies.
And Frank.
Oh, and our buddy Frank had a birthday too. He's uh, featured in many of these Clee stories from years gone by. So that's what's going on there. I hope you folks are doing really good. Um, it's been crazy. It's just been crazy. Um, it seems like there's always so much to do, and I don't get nothing done. So there's that going on. I am going to peek in my notebook. Show business stuff is crazy. When I book things, I book everything email. So first of all, I don't like to play phone tag because if you say I should call you and it goes to voicemail, I'm probably not going to call you back. It's as simple as that. And email, I can answer an email at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we also have an electronic trail of that which we have been talking about. So I have massive confusion. I'm going to be booking a winery. Actually booked it for first Saturday in March. It's a winery in Carlisle. And man, it's one of those, you ever have one of those conversations with somebody, whether it's email or text or whatever, every fucking thing you say is misinterpreted. And it went way off the railroad tracks. And then that was happening. And then they kept insisting that we could sort all this out with a couple of phone calls. And Mrs. Comic, who is the wisdom behind the man here, said, well, you can get confused just as easily talking to someone as you can in an email, and then it's actually a lot more awkward. So you don't know what's going on there. One of the things that's just more business talk than you need to know. I do a door split with mostly everyone, and it's a suggested $20 ticket. They can charge more if they want to get away with it, but then I have some clauses because you put the ticket price goes up too high, it's a tougher sell. So basically, you can sell a $20 ticket, and you can sell them shit when they're there, buffets, whatever the hell it is. That's where the confusion came into play. Because if you're just if it's a $50 ticket, it just happened Saturday night. I fought with them. They did. It was a fire hall. I love the fire halls, but some of these social halls in the fire halls in the small old towns are kind of like in a dark industrial buildings that David Lynch would just love to go film in, but they're not very welcoming for someone if you're not. They all have memberships. If you're not a member there, I was telling you, it's difficult to politely tell someone that their building is fucking scary, that people aren't going to want to come in here. But they did okay. It was mostly members and all that shit. They insisted on a $30 ticket, and that's the point of my contract is get them there and sell them shit once they're there. It's the old, I call it the uh, going to the movies uh, factor. They're going to the movies theory. If you go to a movie and it's 12 or $13, and then that's times two, so that's 22, 25 to $30. And then if you are there, you get fuck it. I know a large Coca-Cola is $8 and I get free refills, but how many fucking buckets of drink can I fucking drink? I'll miss the movie pissing. And a bucket of popcorn is the same fucking deal. That's another $8 or $9. So if you sold me a movie ticket and it was $40 and it came with popcorn and Coke, I'm like, fuck you, I'm not spending $40 for a fucking movie, popcorn and a Coke. But if you take it in drips and drams, there's 12 and then there's 8 and then there's another 8. That makes more sense to me, and that's how you sell shit. So we have massive confusion there. We finally figured it out. So I'll be doing a winery in Carlisle, first Saturday of March, and let's see here. Friday night I'll be at Kennett Flash Theater at Kennett Square. It's really an incredible place. I love it. It's down around Longwood Gardens. It's nonprofit, except for me. I gotta have profit. It's a BYOB for $5 charge, so they can manage the under 21 thing and all that. Not a bad seat in the house. It's just a wonderful club. I love doing it. It's kind of goes sideways, so I'm here, and then the room is sideways, so there's no real way back. And the stage is kind of cool, so I can go and walk about on all sides of the room there. That's Friday night. Thanksgiving Eve, I'll be at the Draft House and Cinema in West Hazelton, not to be confused with Hazelton proper. I don't think there's an East Hazelton. If you find yourself in East Hazelton, you're really fucking lost. And then that gets me to, so I'm a couple of private gigs in December, and day after Christmas, Sellersville Theater. That's fucking rockstar. And New Year's Eve is at the Emmaus Theater. All the links to these tickets, shows for tickets, are in my link tree, which you can find in my bio on my Instagram, and it will soon be on my bio in my Blue Sky. And I'm trying to figure out if I can get off fucking X without any bruises. But I go into X to get all my gossip, and it's mostly, like I say, it's mostly all bad news. And so what happens is this: I tend to check my Twitter/X feed when I'm on the toilet, and I'm always happy that I did, because sometimes to receive the news that seems like it's just shit, you should be in the toilet area just in case. So then Caesar still follows, comes up to the bathroom, and he's on a footstool right now. He did his box chewing earlier, so I don't know if we're getting any box chewing tonight. So then poor Mrs. Comic, because I go up to the bathroom, and I come down and Caesar's mad because he wants a treat. And then I give her the shitty news when I've come down from the bathroom. So if I didn't go to the bathroom as much as I did, Caesar would be disappointed because he wouldn't get the treats that he gets. And also, we'd probably get only half the bad news that I report. So, excuse me, it seems like it's a burping night. Sorry for not streaming on a regular basis. Like I said, it's been crazy. And I want to have some themes. I want to tell some scary stories and get back to writing my fucking book. But I've been very much enjoying performing. I had some fun shows the last couple of weekends that I've been performing. Uh, just really very much enjoy performing. I know I make notes in the course of the week. Mrs. Comic and myself will say, that would be good for the live stream show. And then I make a note, and somewhere along the lines, I'm sitting here live streaming going, well, what the fuck was that about? Oh, this is random. This is a random note. we used to go see a lot of Broadway shows for like nothing, but just, I mean, just seriously, uh, $30 tickets. There's a lottery up there from some of the shows. Now it's all digital, so it's harder to win. But you could go sit on the stage at Spring Awakening for like a $30 ticket, and that is a very excellent musical, ass kicking musical. It's it hasn't been around for quite a while, but it was a very young cast, and our daughter auditioned for that show. She didn't get it, or I probably wouldn't have to stream if she. Actually, there's no money on Broadway, so we got to be friends with the cast, and we got to be friends with uh, one of two of the producers actually. But I just a random story that popped into my head that I made a note. Might be one of those deals where you had to be there. So when the show was new and was starting to take off, the cast was starting to achieve a tremendous amount of overnight success. And what happens is they, after the show, they put up the barricades by the stage door, and the fans line up. Uh, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe 100 people are lining up to see the stars from Broadway musical come out the door. And the way it's structured is the door, there's no rhyme or reason. It's however people come out. And you don't know who that is until the door is kind of pretty well open. Well, I had uh, talked to the uh, back in the MySpace days uh, about the cast, and he said they were all young, they were kids, they were like 21, 19, 20, 21, and they liked being treated as people. So if you want to connect with them, don't call them by their stage names afterwards. And so we had watched a whole bunch of videos, and the stage manager up there gave them candy all the time. So I thought, hell, I'll just bribe these kids with candy. So I was cartooning and sending candy up, and that's how they got to know us. And they actually invited us backstage. When the one guy, I can't even think of his name, he was Mozart. He was in Animal House, one of the producers, but he was an old hippie guy. So we got invited backstage, and nobody had come out yet. And then I didn't get in a lot of trouble, but the stage manager there said that I had to stop opening the door because it's fun to open the door and pretend that you're a famous person's coming because everybody screams and they want to go who it is, and then you open the door and it's just me, and they're like, oh fuck, and then it gets to be quiet. A lot of people would be uncomfortable with that, but I rather very much enjoyed that. The slow door open, just an inch, 2 inches. One time I stuck my hand out like something big was gonna happen, and that got a little bit of scream and cheer and shit. But then I would come out and they go, "Oh fuck, it's him. It's not even anybody." Uh, so again, that's a story that's probably just for me. If I was streaming a live show to myself, I would go, "Oh yeah, I remember that. That was really fun." But you peckerheads, I mean that in a nice way. You weren't up there, so you don't, just don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see here. There. Boom. There's my scary story. Most of my notes right now, I have to start a new notebook, and I don't want to because it's a lot of pressure when you start a new notebook because you want everything. I like good notebooks, and I have good pens. You want everything to be like really fucking awesome. So uh, I'm holding off on starting the new notebook until I find something new notebook worthy. Above and beyond that, I'm continue to babble here. Let's see here. Oh, um, Mrs. Comic got to hear the Rico scream. It sounds like it's not a reason to adopt him, but they have to keep him. He can't be in a house with their other cat, Hank. But he has a nice area, and he is on a it's like a sunroom, it's a patio, and they got heat, and they have a little kind of a dog cage form. It's pretty big actually for a little guy. And so he spends a lot of time in there, and then they put a blanket over so he stays nice and warm and can sleep because kittens need to sleep, and he's too fucking stupid, he won't sleep. But when he hears noise, he starts this scream. It's like a pterodactyl. It's like ah ah ah, and if you don't know that it's a kitten in there, it would scare the fuck out of you. It is an incredible horror movie scream. It's adorable too, and if whoever adopts him, I'm assuming you won't be keeping them in a dog cage for a lot of the time, so you probably won't get to hear that scream. But what the hell do I know? So Mrs. Comic got to hear the Rico horror movie Scream. That was fun this past week. Let's see here. Bibbity bobbity boo. Boom. Two. See here. I'm flipping through my notes. I don't really know. Like I said, I just want to say hello. And again, it usually takes me a half hour to say hello. So by the time I'm done saying hello, the show would probably be over. I would think that would be a thing right there. Let's see here. Uh, I'm making some notes for my. I have my stand-up show is kind of seasonal, and one of the things, and I probably pissed him on about this before, but people who have with all these birthdays, people who have birthdays like I would say a week into December, like maybe or like halfway through, like maybe 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th of December, all the way in, uh, they get really dicked over, and I'm on a crusade for people who have a birthday in December. When people go, this is for your birthday and Christmas. Fuck you if it's a sweater or socks. It cannot be for my birthday and for Christmas. It's got if you're gonna do a double gift, if it's gonna be for birthday and Christmas, it has to be really fucking good. It's got to be like a coffee of the month club that you get all fucking year long. It's got to be something really fucking nice. A hard to find David Lynch vinyl crazy clown time that's $150 a whack if you can find it, plus shipping from overseas. You can't just give them a fucking regular gift and say this is for birthday and Christmas. Because if you're gonna be a dick, go full dick and say this is for birthday and for Christmas and for fucking New Year's Eve and for Easter and Valentine's Day and Groundhog's Day and anniversary and fucking all that shit. Unless it's a fucking car. I mean, if you want to get someone a nice car, say this is for birthday and Christmas for like the next 5 years. That's acceptable. Uh, but don't just hand them a fucking sweater. Nothing against sweaters. I like sweaters. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Let's see here. What we got going on here is, let's see. Oh, I know what's exciting for us in a hellish kind of way. The gas company comes around and they tear up streets, and there's seemingly no rhyme or reason, and then all of a sudden it's a block or a half a block, and they just come around with no warning and put fucking signs up right in front of ours, no parking weekdays from 7 to 4. I don't fucking get up till noon, so that's a problem right there. So then at 4 o'clock I had to go find a place to stick the car in the neighborhood, and before people who have normal jobs get home and suck up all those spots. And then, well, I'm glad I talked to the peckerhead because they were out there and they have to do. I don't know what the phrase is. I equate it to a stencil. They put a stencil down on the road and then they fucking mark where they're gonna chop when they come back to chop. And then when they come back to chop, it's gonna be like 2 days of no parking, and Caesar's gonna be really fucking growling at that when the construction people are out there pumming and making all this fucking racket. Caesar's gonna be at that window fucking growling at those motherfuckers. But they did the stenciling, and they're not gonna do the pumming for probably at least a month. So I'm very much looking forward to them fucking up my Thanksgiving and or Christmas celebration with the pumming of the gas company. So there's that going on. Let's see here. This is one of the reasons I've been in such a funk as far as trying to live stream. I like to have a theme. Scary stories. I can still do that. Not tonight. Let's see here. I don't have my Kindle nearby. I've been on a tear with a couple of really excellent books. Let's see. I'm gonna go, since we're live here. It doesn't really matter if I look at my phone because there's no need for me to try to pretend that this is like a professional thing now. I mean, we've come too far for me to go, welcome to the professional live stream show where every second is important entertainment. Let's see here. Okay. Highly recommend this for people who like scary shit. Incidents Around the House. It is by Josh Mallerman. You won't be able to see that. I should have put this in the. I used up all the things with cat pictures. That was really good and fucking scary. Incidents Around the House. Now you can message me for this shit also if you like. What the hell was that one? And the other one I finished pretty quickly. Uh, Small Town Horror by Ronald Malfi, and I love Malfi. Malfi is really fucking scary. And the good news for me there is there's a lot of Malfi books that I haven't read yet. That's the problem with my buddy Grady Hendrix. I got his ghost shirt on here. I fucking love him, but I'm all caught up. And if you're friends with someone who writes horror, you can't just say, hurry up and write another fucking horror because I read through it quickly. So Malfi's really good and scary, and so I got a whole bunch of those to burn through. Um, so that's pretty much it. What's going on here? I mean, I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm playing a little Pokemon Go. Running around the house, just doing stuff with Caesar. Occasionally babysitting Rico. Um, that's it. Well, I can't believe I'm really all this busy as I am because it seems like I don't really do anything. It's kind of amazing. Let's see there. All right, so bibbity bobbity boo. Oh, I got some of these notes going back to things where I don't even explain it to myself because it just says like cannibalism up there. That was had to do with scary TV shows we were watching. So there's all that shit. I'm gonna go through. I know I made a note that something would be good for my live stream show. That something I absolutely had to tell you. Now here we sit. And I don't fucking know what it is. It's the worst thing. Let's see here. All right. Oh, this is recycle stuff, and this is a note for me. I wrote something that I'm really proud of, and I forget to fucking perform it. Literally every fucking show that I go to these days, and I don't have to. Might have to have Mrs. Comic call me 20 minutes into my show and just say, "Remember to do the thing." Um, One of the reasons that we get nuts, Mrs. Comic and I, is that we get overloaded with information about stuff, and then you don't know if it's real, you don't know what you can trust, and it's not necessarily political. It's just a thing where uh, we've been in a drought and everything's dry, and so there's fire warnings. Fire warnings. We had brush fires that spread really fucking fast, and in this area that still is an alert. It's been dry. There's been brush fire warnings, and there's threat of drought. And one of the local high schools decided to have their big bonfire anyway by flooding the grounds with water that we don't have because there's going to be a drought, and having the fire engines all set up to go. So this kind of thing melts our brains when you say there's a drought and there's a fire hazard, and we're also using the drought water to uh, flood the ground so we can have our own fire. That shit makes Mrs. Comic and I just want to fucking stay home and play with cats.
I think they actually decided not to do it.
Oh, Mrs. Comic says they decided not to do it because enough people like me must have said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Hooray for common sense prevailing. I know it's depressing and they wanted to have a bonfire, but also it's kind of sucky to use up the water supply to light a fire during times when fires just fucking light up, and we might need that water to put a fire out that started accidentally. So there you go. As little as I had prepared tonight, the one thing that I had to rant on there, Mrs. Comic said, "No, that doesn't apply. Just nix on that." They got rid of that. But one of the things that I wrote that I forgot in my show was that these cell phones, when they first came out, and they still have them on the pumps, on the gas pumps, do not use your cell phone at the gas pump or you will blow up and possibly blow up other people. But now there's the Wawa gas app, so you can go and instantly blow yourself up at the gas pump and run all this shit. You point this thing at the gas pump, and then you point it at your car, and then if you want to, just hold your phone while you blow up and gas up like Zoolander when they're gassing up there. Um, that stuff melts my fucking brain. So they keep changing what is okay and what isn't okay. And besides that, based on what we were told about sitting too close to the TV, we should all be fucking blind by now, right? We should all be fucking blind by now based on what they told us about sitting to the TV. We should blow up at the gas. I'm going to actually do that, but I haven't been able to navigate the gas pump Wawa app, which pissed me off because if I'm there and I can just fucking pump it, but I can't pump it now because I don't know how to fucking work the app. But I didn't get my gas points. Fuck me in a bucket. I'll just fucking do it. So the shit they tell us isn't always exactly correct. Uh, even this is thing for the guys. They told us that you shouldn't diddle yourself or you'll go blind there. So there's another reason we could have gone blind from diddling ourselves or sitting too close to the TV. And probably especially you could accelerate that by diddling yourself while sitting too close to the TV. You could fucking instant blind there. Then you wouldn't have to worry about blowing up at the fucking gas pump. So it's things like this that make us just want to sit home and play with cats and talk to cats and just have some shit to do with our cats here. But Caesar asked a lot of questions. I try to explain everything to him. Well, the other thing he does, this cutie pie, now he's curled up into an adorable position on this footstool. Again, that used to be mine. But he seems to get especially worked up and want to play with. He'll come at me and he'll sit and he'll make the same face at me. And there's three different things it could be that he wants me to read on his face. And he's like Zoolander. It's just one look. One of the things would be he might want to get pet a little bit, teeny little bit of comfy cozy. He might want a treat, cat treat, a licking stick, or he might want to do a circus and just run around the house and do a circus. But I don't fucking know. And so I usually guess wrong. And when he wants to do circus, when he wants to play, mostly seems like when I am setting up for a live stream show or when I'm getting ready to actually go off to my show. That's when he wants to do circus. And I get some fucking attitude. But when I get home from my show, no matter what time it is, there is a fucking circus going on here. He gets all worked up. He runs up this way and that way and all around. He runs on his back of his fucking chair and loses his fucking mind. He gets the zoomies, that's right. And again, back to Rico. Let me tell you something. Where is this guy here? We would take this guy in a heartbeat. Holy fuck, that's amazing. That's another. He's sitting under a camping chair there that I can sit on sometimes if he's not on it, but he's climbing all over the place. I am. I gotta watch it because I'm pretty bad. In a moment of weakness, I could come home with Rico, and that would be bad for everyone. I mean, we wouldn't get a moment's peace here at all. Leafing through my notebook here. Let's see. Bibbity bobbity boo. Yeah, that's pretty much me saying hello. Uh. Oh, um, we do a lot of streaming, not just here, but movies and stuff, digital content, and our daughter and her partner got us hooked on VHS tapes and also some of the uh, Blu-ray and DVD and all that shit. And our daughter, pointed out something that all the digital streaming stuff we have, you buy things, you rent things, they're in there, and you kind of sort of own them. But if the fucking bottom ever falls out of that, what are you gonna fucking do? I mean, if you have 80 movies and they all stream, and the bottom falls out of that platform, you are fucked. So we're trying to buy actual more uh, solid things, VHS, DVDs, whatever. So factor that into your shopping. Uh, Not to ruin your Christmas, but if you download a stream and you buy a movie for $10 or whatever, and that
Yeah.
person who runs that Amazon or Apple or whatever gets too close to the gas pumps when they pump and they fucking blow up the whole thing, you're not gonna have those fucking movies. So we're starting to not trust streaming. I don't watch the fights or anything, but uh, there was a lot of buzz on a big fight about that was on Netflix, and the streaming, they couldn't fucking handle it. Like when you're sent, like me, okay, this is basically free, and I do appreciate you folks sending us money. I absolutely do. So when I stream and things fuck up, it's not like I clipped you like $39.95 to stream, but the boxing thing or fight thing was actually pretty pricey. I think at least you had to subscribe to Netflix, and people were just posting their screen all fucking locked up. I have computer wizards. Our son Alvin, he's fucking writes code. He writes books for people to write code. We know so many people that are actual computer wizards. If you're gonna pound your system with streaming and traffic, you fucking know this, and then you plan accordingly. It's quite simple. I don't know how to do it, but it's a matter of, oh, I didn't know Mrs. Comic was having 39 people over for supper. We're gonna have to get more than one fucking pizza. There's ways to know this shit, and they fuck you on this stuff. They absolutely fuck you. So keep an eye on your digital purchases, and I mean, VHS tapes are fun. I mean, because when I put one in, it's really loud, and Caesar likes to hear it go, fucking wind up. Oh, his head just popped up, and I just made the noise. Sorry for the VHS rewind deception, cat. So that's all that's going on there. Um, I'm at the point of the show now where I'm sorry that I did this. I'm happy to do this, but now I don't have a fucking thing to say about anything. So I'm sitting here like a dumbass. There had to be some other shit going on
You
here.
already do book recommendations.
I did book recommendations. I did those. Let's see here. What do we want? Oh man, I'll tell you something. Uh, Holy fuck, where the fuck is it? Um, I'm going to tell you. There's a TV show called Disclaimer that tormented Mrs. Comic to madness, and there was no payoff there. And that was kind of. I watched it for background. It was killy and all kinds of shit, but be forewarned that some shows don't pay off. Like they just fucking suck your soul dry.
It did.
And that
No
and,
spoilers though.
yeah, and no spoilers on that, but if you watch that, lower your expectations. And another one that I have to bash, and I can't believe I'm gonna bash it. It's M Night Shyamalanga Ding Dong, whatever. He has a thing on HBO Max. Um, Whatever the hell it was. It's just poorly written, is what it is. I'm gonna tell you what this fucking thing is. Normally, I wouldn't tell you to not watch something, but that was really. I don't like shitty writing, and he should know better. That's what pissed me off. Let's see. M. Night. Searching. M. Night. Alright. The thing that he just released that pissed me off was called Trap. It's on HBO. It's it should have been really good, but it's poorly written. And where I will grant him that I understand why he did it was it's a movie for his daughter. She's a singer, and it was to showcase her as a singer but also be kind of scary. But they really got sloppy with the writing, um, and I expect more from him. So if you watch Trap, know that the singer in there is his daughter. He made it for her, so that's like as a dad, I'm like, yay, go team, go. But the writing doesn't match up. Like, um, it's kind of like in the horror movies that we like, you can kill fucking Michael Myers 1,000 times and he keeps popping up. That makes sense there. They have a lot of shit like that in this film that doesn't make sense because they're actually just people. So that all this weird shit. I mean, if you're gonna be immune to a bullet in the head, you should be like Superman or someone. You shouldn't be able to just say, "Wow, that was really fucking annoying," and nobody gets shot in the head. I was just making a point. So you've been warned about Trap. Uh,
Our
proceed
opinion.
proceed at your own risk. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's a disclaimer in case M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong is watching. He wants to sue me because my 20 live streaming fans aren't going to watch that now. Holy fuck. Uh, I could probably use that kind of notoriety if M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong sued me for slandering his daughter's film. Now I feel bad. Go ahead and watch Trap. It's probably good for other people that aren't me. Mrs. Comic just made a face at me like, no, don't watch it. So there's all that going on. I don't really have anything all that exciting to say. It's crazy time of the year for me. I still have my stand-up comedy work is all over the place. I have too many open dates, um, but things, the floodgates seem to open, and the things I have on the books, I'm very happy with. Um, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. I think I'm not exactly sure anymore. This can't be my Thanksgiving show. There has to be time in between now because I do have an actual Thanksgiving show. And if I say every time I mention that I have a thing I want to talk about, but not now, I talk about it now, and then it fucks up the thing. So I'm not going to talk about Thanksgiving show right now. It's actually a Thanksgiving Christmas block. But one thing I will tell you, this is a just to help you through. People are starting to ask us what we would like for Christmas. If you really want to help them out, fucking have a list. Have a fucking list of some affordable shit because it's so stressful. If you want socks and bourbon and cookies, say, I would really like socks and bourbon and cookies. Help them out, make a list, um, because that thing where you go, oh, I don't know, whatever you think I should have is like, I don't fucking know. Maybe I should think you should have nothing. How about that? I don't know. So you can help each other through the holidays, and Mrs. Comic and I, whether we have money or we don't have money, holiday shopping for us gets really stressful because there's so many people and you don't want to just get them something to get them something. So what we do actually with our daughter, we go out and because we're shopping for like the same people. So if you can form a group, a shopping group, to go out and shop for the same people, that's really saves a lot of trouble. And then if you're slow like me, and then our daughter will go, oh, I'm going to get everybody like candles and socks. I go, that's a great idea. And that kind of fucks me over now because I can't do candles and socks, but it's a great idea. But you get to be in a little bit more in cahoots with what it takes some of the holiday stress away. Oh my God, there's my alarm. It says that my show is over, but I think my show was over way before that alarm went off. I don't really know what the hell happened there. Um, let's see here. Bibbity bobbity boo. Again, uh, trying to get back to a regular rhythm here. I've been saying that for 2 fucking years. I don't think I've been in a regular rhythm for 2 years. But one thing remains consistent bourbon balls. Toast to the birthdays and the holidays. Voila. Fun stuff. Um, if you know anybody who would be worthy of Rico, email me or message my page. Um, We are going to run you through the ringer though, because we want this guy to get a really nice, awesome family. The people who were going to take Caesar in Harrisburg were at my show, and they're really nice. But I'm so glad we wound up with them because also I didn't really want my cat to live in Harrisburg because they're a little fucking crazy down there. And it was a nice couple. They were older, and I don't think they would provide the circus elements that Caesar needs. Plus, they saved another cat who ran up to their back porch. So, if you're gonna save a cat, you gotta really commit to saving the cat. Rico is going to be great for somebody who's home a lot till he gets older and bigger and he can bond with another cat. Um, but don't get pets for surprises. My brother-in-law has had people bring them rabbits. Here is a rabbit. Who the fuck brings somebody a rabbit? I can't. For the life of me, I can't believe he accepted that rabbit. I would totally reject a random rabbit gift. But what do I know? I don't know anything. I'm here with chasing cats like bear cats nuts outside.
There's a lot of pharaohs.
Yeah, we're saving ferals one at a time. That's what we're doing here. So that's all my excitement. I wish I had something more fun and exciting to end my show with here. I really don't. I'm peeking at my phone. Let's see if I made any notes here. Mostly. Let's see here. My God. Yeah, there's nothing that exciting here. This is one of the worst finales of the live streaming show that I could think of. I should have possibly orchestrated things to be like a fake glitch. Like I'm just like say the thing. I think I'm frozen. Like see nothing, nothing. Um, I'm gonna wrap it there. I don't. I'm so happy that I could actually try to do this. I hope we had a little bit of fun, enough fun for you to go. Yeah, fuck it. It's Tuesday night. There was nothing really better to do, and at least he tried to make Tuesday suck less on actual fucking Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, when it's too late to not make Tuesday suck, you try to not make Wednesday suck. But there you have it. That's all the excitement there is right now. Uh, don't be a dick. And remember, it's going to be even more stressful. The holidays coming up. And try to do things to make people's lives a little easier, not more difficult. I don't have any example, but I'm just saying that would be a thing right there. Um, all right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Let me give you the Rico. Where the hell is he? Let's see here. Oh, here's the one I like. Well, there was the one I like. It seems like it's not doing. Oh, there it is. That would be a glitch. See, it can happen to Netflix. It can happen to me. We'll do this. I will do that one. Holy shit. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And I can't make any promises. Who the hell knows when I'm going to stream again? Maybe later tonight. Probably not. I had to do the disclaimer because Richter will be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do later on. So that's their stream ending. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We love you.